Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ooh, I'm up. Yes, I'm up. And then I'm going to do a few things and I'm going to go back to my bed. And then I'll get up later on this afternoon and take care of what I need to take care of. So, good morning, Crystal Fan always. Good morning, Joe Bananas. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Michelle LaBelle. So, good morning, Melinda. Oh, you're working overtime. Okay. Yes, it's Friday. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning. And I'm drinking my coffee right now. I just filled up my coffee mug again. And hi, Dan. Good morning. So we have an update on the Gilbert Goons um, teen violence gang. They've now been classified as a street gang. So what that means is that I went to look and I'm going to play the press conference that they did, well, a little bit of it. And they're now been actually legally classified as a criminal street gang. If you remember the Preston Lord case, the young man, they had went to a Halloween party. He was stomped to death. He died. These group of teenagers had been committing crimes. So now there are three other things they could be charged with. Um, well, not charged. There are three things that could change. They can get new charges. They can get added enhancements by the county attorney, and they were using gang affiliation as an aggravated factor at sentencing. So they have been charged with first-degree murder in the Preston Lord case. Okay. We know that the father of Renner, whatever his name is, yes, I think it's Renner, who's rich, they were said to be allegedly um, trying to cover up their son's involvement in the situation. So they have legally now been classified as a street gang. So we're going to take a look at that press conference really, really quick. Let me add this up here. Have it ready for you guys. I have it ready. Good morning, Maria Haskins. Good morning. Okay, we're ready. And I think I'm just going to speed it up till they get to the podium. Good morning, Gwen.
Good afternoon. We are here today.
This is so low.
On our teen violence gang investigation. Speaking today.
I've tried my best to bring up the volume.
In this order will be Gilbert Police Chief Mike Solberg, Major Brant Benham with the Arizona Department of Public Safety, Gilbert Police Sergeant Dave Gale, and Pinal County Lieutenant Leo Aparicio. We have provided you with a list.
Okay, I can't. This one. His mic is so low.
At the conclusion of our briefing, we will take questions limited only to.
And I put the closed captions on, but it's still not going to work.
Investigations will need to be addressed directly through the agency's public information officer. With that, Chief Solberg.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for being here today.
I thought I was able to fix the volume, but I can't, and I've been playing with it. So anyway, they have been declared as a legal street gang. Here are the pictures. I went and I found the pictures of these guys again. Hold on, let me show you their pictures. Okay, Talon, whose father is really rich. He's been charged. You know, his dad was arrested for drugs. His brother was already in custody for other crimes that they had committed. So this is Tristan Billy, Talon Renner, William Owen Hines, Dominique Turner, Talon Vigil, Taylor Sherman, and Jacob Mesner. And they all pled not guilty. They all pled not guilty. So they're looking, and what they're stating that some of them could be plea deals, and I know what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to get plea deals so they can get the one who was actually actively doing this stuff. So for first-degree murder, the sentence could be life. We already know that the kids that were 17, like Talon Vigil, I think it was Talon Vigil, Taylor Sherman, and I think it's William. They cannot be, they can't have a life imprisonment. Now, if they're convicted of second-degree murder, remember they put both charges on them, they can range from 10 to 25 years in prison. But the gang enhancement, because they've now been legally declared a street gang, that can add 25 more years. So if they plead down to manslaughter, they can do 7 to 21 years. But they're not offering manslaughter, but they're going to do some plea deals. The charges are first degree and second degree. If they don't find them guilty on first degree, then the option is second degree murder. So anyway, that's the update that I had for them. And they're looking at more charges. And with the fact that they already had some of the guys already in custody for the attacks on people in a public garage, the attacks on them in a store. So they're looking at more time instead of just that 5 to 10 because of the enhancement, because they're now officially a street gang. Scotland, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. Tina, you're not on your job this morning. Thank you, Scotland. So good morning, Susan. That's what's going on with them. So I have a question for you. So I don't know if you guys get, and then we're going to get in. I have 2 more cases, but I just want to ask you this question. On the Quarry Digest, the question was, when a guy made a statement, he said, I got fired. My ex-boss is now asking for the whereabouts of important files. How should I respond? If you were fired from a job and your ex-boss or your ex-coworker called you and was asking for important files, how would you handle that? That's what I want to know. How would you handle that if they would come to you for important files after you were fired? What would you do? Would you give them the files? Would you tell them to go F themselves? Or what? What would you do? That's what I want to know. I read the Quarry Digest. They have some good things in there. But that question just hit me. I'm like, huh. But I have moved to different positions with another company. And if I have a coworker that we were really close and they called and asked me something, if they wasn't sure about it, I have always helped them. But I don't know what I would do if I was fired and someone called me, especially my boss, who I take it is the one that fired me, and asked me for files. Good morning, Cat's Rules. But, okay, they are company property. You didn't take them with you, okay? They're asking him where they're located. He didn't take the files with him from what I read. He didn't do that. So when this question was posed, someone said you would smile, thank him or her for reaching out, ask about his family, and be nice. When he turns the conversation back to the important files, give him your consulting rate and an estimate for the number of hours to find them. Make sure you specify a minimum number of hours in your quote, and you'll need an advance of half before you can start. He may he may think he's made a mistake firing you. You may think so too. That's okay. It's human to make mistakes, but people have to pay for their mistakes. And I'm like, damn, that's a good one. I'll make it a scavenger. No, you don't burn bridges. You really don't. But if you fire someone, like when I had to fire someone back in July. Matter of fact, it was July 7th. Well, I just fired somebody in October too. But July 7th, we came back from 4th of July, and we were, we had assessed all the jobs and the titles and what each person did, and come to find out, okay, this position was not required. We have a lot of people that can do this job, and we can spread it out. So I got him in my office along with an HR representative, and I spoke with him. Now, he had been at the company for like 18 years or so, and he asked me to go get his laptop. I got his laptop. Anything he had pending, he forwarded to me. But in our company, if a person leaves, or no matter what the circumstances are, IT uploads and gives us access to everything on their laptop, and they put it in the cloud so we can go back and get it. But anything that he had pending that he was working on that was on his desktop and not on the network or not someplace, he sent to me. You never want to burn bridges. I don't care what's the circumstances. We've had people that have been at the company for like 18, 20 something years. They go do another job, and next thing you know, I'm walking in the hall and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing back here? And they come back. So you never, ever want to burn bridges. What would Dwight do? Good morning, Claudia. So I'm going to agree. You don't want to burn the bridges. If you know where the files are located at, I would just go ahead and tell them. I mean, I may be pissed that you had the nerve to call me, but I would just go ahead and tell them, where they're located at. So, but with us, I have everything we do in my department is out on the network drive. So everybody can have access to it. And, we have a department inbox. If you need to send something to one person, you just don't send it to one person. You send it to the whole planning department, and then whoever it belongs to, they will handle it. But if someone's out, we all have access to the email, and one person can actually reply to it. So that's the way I handle things. So that way, if somebody's out for a week on vacation, or someone's out on medical leave, something's just not sitting there and waiting for an answer. You wouldn't help them with, see, it depends on, you're fired, but what was the reason they fired you? Now, yeah, it really depends. So it honestly depends. And it depends on how they approach you with it too. So that's just me. Maybe I'm looking at it a little different. So anyway, I wanted to ask that question because it really was a good question. Now, they had some really bad. So this one guy named Ricky, I'm not going to tell you, he's a former factory worker, a hobby blogger, and he states, LOL, when I was 25, I was an experienced herdsman for a pretty large dairy farm in my area. The boss was too cheap to buy own and often work at home going through records of the cattle, creating the new list as needed. Long story short, we had a falling out, and I offered to update the files before I left, which he rejected. A week later, he was at my door demanding I update the files. I offered for a price to be paid in advance. He became angry and stormed off. I never heard from him again. So this other lady says, all of these occurred. My husband was told to close the laptop and walk away. They paid him a year's salary, yet other staff members kept calling him up and asking him where the work was and how could they do it. He simply replied, I cannot answer any of the questions, as he was told to walk away. You're welcome to say I cannot help you, or all my documents have been turned over to you. You fired me. Now I kindly ask you to stop phoning me. So yep, that's a good one too. And so somebody said, did they take said files? Did you destroy said files? Were those said files in your possession at the time of your firing? And were the files at your residence? Are they still? If you were terminated, where as you have no possession physically or digitally, and you had no part of a loss of those files. So that's true. If you fire somebody, they're not going to have time to do any of that, because the way we do it is we'll bring you in and we have an HR rep with you. And then once we've had the conversation and we've transferred stuff that needs to be transferred, you know, I didn't go and, you know, I already had his laptop. Everything we do, we store it, you know, in the cloud and everything else on the network. So he went in and got his stuff. He went in and said bye to the coworkers. When he was getting ready to leave, he came to my office. I walked him out and he gave me his badge. I don't feel the need to stand there and watch somebody pack up their personal belongings. I really think that is a horrible thing to do. And I will not do that. I will not do that. Yep, firing someone and laying them off is totally different. Yep, exactly. We have updates that run every night. And then if we lose something, we'll hit IT and we'll give them the last time we were in the file, and they'll pull up that file. And then we have to check to make sure everything is there. And if we're missing something, you know, they can go out on the drive and find it. So yes. So that's what, but that was, I found that to be a very interesting question. I really, really did. Okay, so we're going to talk about this former officer. Who was convicted. This is, now you can't even trust the fucking cops these days, okay? He's been jailed for multiple counts of rape. They said that he was described as the devil and pathetic excuse of a man by his victims. Hi, sweets and beyond. Good morning. The man's name is Cliff Mitchell. Now get this. He's 24 years old. 24 years old. He had approached one woman with a knife in September of 2023. But these rapes, these grapes have been going on for 3 years. He's an officer. He had approached one woman with a knife, told her to put her hands behind her back. He tied her up and placed duct tape over her mouth. This man was in court laughing as his victim cried as she remembered what he did to her. He told her she was a slut, and no one would believe her if she said anything because he was a police officer. A police officer. He had 3 counts of rape on a child under 13 and 1 count of kidnap and breach of a non-molestation order. He is in jail now for life, and he has to serve a minimum sentence of 13 years and 225 days. And I lied. Let me see. They took place between 2014 and 2023, but he's 24 years old. So he was committing ours before he was even a police officer. He was committing ours before he was a police officer. So the jurors, they actually heard about him attacking one woman when he forced her and another person to get in his car. One of the women managed to get away because she said she was in a car and she was feeling sick. So she ran and got help. She was running through traffic. And they got her some help. They played the call that she made to the police in court. And again, this fool was laughing. Now, he had officially been a part of an investigation in 2017, which no actions were taken. But you were a cop. A cop. So there was a second victim. And he's just, now this happened in London, guys, okay? This happened in London, not in the United States. This happened in London. Want to make that clear. I don't understand their sentencing guidelines. Life in prison, and then you get 13 years. You have to serve 13 years and 225 days before you're eligible for parole. And he didn't. He showed no remorse in court at all. None. No remorse. It was like he could give a shit less on what was going on. He can care less. I'm trying to figure out, what do these people be thinking? What are they thinking? I mean, you had 3 counts with a kid under 13 years old, and you violated a non-molestation order. What the fuck is a non-molestation? So that means that you had proof, or you suspected he molested a 13-year-old, and he was still walking the streets. He was accused of walking the streets. I mean, he was still walking, not accused. He was still walking the streets. And now I've been watching that trial of the father, Christopher Gregory, who was putting his son on a treadmill because he was fat and the 6-year-old died. They were saying this is chronic abuse. So I found a video of this young man, of this young child. Hold on, let me stop it. When they were talking about it in court, I was so upset, and I had to stop watching. I go between the Daybell trial, Karen Reed, and this. I have to stop watching this shit for a while, because it really gets to me. So let me take this comment down. Here is a video of this young man, of this child on the treadmill. Look how he's falling. Look. Look. That's him forcing his son to run on a treadmill because he's fat at 6 years old. My grandson was fat. Shit, Nate was fat. When he hit 13, 14, he shot up. My grandson, 13, shot up. No baby fat nowhere. That little boy was not fat. He's not even fat. I was like, what in the hell is wrong with you people? Now, when I went to, so in San Antonio, we went to, oh shit, what's the park? I can't remember. Trying to think of the name of the park. We used to take the kids, my grandkids, every summer. I saw some of these kids that were just obese. And I'm looking at the parents and I'm looking at the kids. I'm like, this is abuse. This is abuse. These kids, I mean, obese, not fat, obese. That little boy was not fat. Nowhere did I see fat on that child. So it's just like, I just don't get it. And then we have one more here before I get out of here. We have a deputy. Riverside, California. Riverside, California. He was caught with 100 pounds of fentanyl pills. 100 pounds of fentanyl pills. They said that he was part of a high-profile investigation into the cartel that was run by El Chapo. His name was George. Well, his name is George Roca. He's 25 years old. And he resigned his position after his arrest in 2023. Now, he was just arrested, so, you know, this is a new year now. He was driving his private vehicle in Calamasa, when he was pulled over. Inside his car, they found a gun and 100 pounds of fentanyl pills. What? So while they were investigating, you know, because they had been investigating all of this stuff, he wasn't the only one arrested. There were 15 other arrests that were made. And they seized $16 million in narcotics. $16 million in narcotics. I'm like, get the frick out of here. But I wanted to look at something because there was a story that popped up on my thing and I couldn't find it. So yesterday, guys, I played that I played the Palestinian encampment and stuff, and I'm going to have to, I'm not going to edit it because they told me that it was demonstrating violence, and I'm not going to edit that video because it's the truth. Now, we have a Karen here. We have a Karen. Look, we have a Karen, and I want to play this Karen for you. This is Monroe County DA Sandra Dorley's traffic stop. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm going to play this. Hey, damn it, Mandy. Hi, Maria. Good morning. Let's look at what Monroe County DA does when the police does a traffic stop. Let's take a look at this. Yes, this is a traffic stop. As soon as his mic come on, this is the raw footage. So this is the cam. He follows her home because she was speeding. He followed her home.
Sorry, I'm the DA. I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
Okay.
So you can call Dennis.
Can you come? Can you please come over here? You're on. This is on a traffic stop, ma'am.
Yes, it is. You can call Dennis Kohlmeyer right now.
Okay. I'm telling you why I stopped you. You didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or
No,
anything?
I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
She was
Okay,
on the
well,
phone,
you're not supposed to be
guys.
on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am.
She didn't hear it.
Free, absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me?
Look at
I'm
this
doing my job.
privileged bitch.
You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on
Can you
Phillips
please tell
Road.
him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Christopher,
Christopher.
can you stay over here, ma'am? This
No,
is a
I'm
traffic.
not
This is
staying
a
over
legal
here.
traffic stop. Do you have your ID?
No, it's in my purse. Here.
You have your purse right there.
No, this is my lunch. Would you talk to Dennis? This is ridiculous.
This is
Hello, sir.
ridiculous. 55
Good.
and a
Ma'am,
35.
can you please
I'm a
stay
fool
at the
right
back?
Can
This
you
is a
stop?
ma'am. This is legal traffic stop. Can you please stay over here,
No. Hey, baby, get your little guy out of here.
sir? I stopped her for going 55 and a 35 on Phillips
On
Road,
Phillips Road.
and
coming
she
home from
failed
work.
to stop. She drove all the way back home and parked in her garage. And now she's not complying with any of my commands. Ma'am, do not go inside.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Isn't there some shit?
Yep. All right. Ma'am, come outside. You can't just go inside. This is a traffic stop. Here's your phone back.
I understand the law better than you. Would you just
953. Can you have a supervisor come to the scene?
No. Get out of my fucking house.
Get out
I
of
don't
my
know
fucking
why.
house.
I don't know why you're acting like this towards me.
Because
Can you please go to the back of the vehicle?
I'm not going to. I'm home. Okay, 55.
I don't care if you got home.
Okay,
You were supposed to
55.
stop at Phillips Road when I pulled you over.
I
When
didn't
my
know-
lights were
I
initiated.
didn't know you were stopping me. There was lots of other people on the road.
I was right behind you.
Yeah, there were other people on the road too.
Okay.
Oh
I was
my God.
directly behind
I'm
you.
not dealing with you right
Can
now.
you please step over here?
I'm not going to.
What is the reason you're so against what I'm doing? I'm doing my job.
Remember, she is a DA. She is a DA. So how are you going to enforce the law if you are not complying with a traffic stop? A traffic stop. Okay? A traffic stop. Sandra, really?
Job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
Okay.
I am the
Okay, let me
DA.
get you my badge. I am the DA of Monroe County.
Do she
I
still have her
Just don't
job?
understand the hostility towards me. I'm doing my job.
No, you're being an asshole.
How am I being an asshole?
I am the DA of Monroe County.
I understand that,
I'm
but that doesn't
coming
give
home
you
from work,
a right
and
to
I
go
was gonna-
55 and a 35. And you even admitted to me that you went 50. I
don't
understand
really
that,
care.
ma'am.
I don't really
I
care.
understand that.
You know what? If you give me a traffic ticket, that's fine. I'm the one who prosecutes it. Okay.
She's the one that
So what do you do?
prosecutes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just don't understand the hostility.
don't-
I understand
no,
you're
I
coming home
understand
from
why you're
work.
making- And half the time I was on the phone with Dennis telling him, why are you pulling me over?
You're not even supposed to be on the phone to begin with. You
Oh,
should
yes.
know that.
Oh, I'm hands-free? Absolutely.
Okay.
You should know the law.
Okay. If it is hands-free,
Hi,
that's great.
Deborah
But
Bass. Yes,
at the end of the day,
Cossie.
you're going 55 and a 35. That's 20
Okay.
miles over the speed limit.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. You know what I've been dealing with all day? 3 murders in the city. And do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed
Oh
limit?
my
I'm
God.
just doing.
Do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit if I hit and killed someone because the speed limit is 35 and I was going, are you freaking kidding me? The audacity of this bitch. Oh
Doing
my
my
I
job.
would get
If
in
you
front of
pulled,
the-
if you pulled over when you saw my lights, which obviously you did,
I thought you were going somewhere else because I thought no one
You
would
didn't
ever
think
pull
that.
a black SUV if you ran my plates.
I
If
didn't run
It
your
don't
plate.
matter
I
if
just
he
called
runs
your
your
plate
plate.
out.
You were
And
still
then I'm
speeding.
following you because you're not stopping. So I had to take the air from dispatch.
Just please.
953. You can have the air back, by the way. Just come outside over here.
No, I'm not going outside.
Okay.
Her ass needs to be arrested.
Well, I'm having a supervisor come because that's what my chief told me
But
to
she
do.
actually issued a statement too. I'm going to read you that statement. I am the DA.
Do you have your driver's license?
I just showed you my driver's
You show me your
You
badge.
showed him your badge.
Really?
With EMS,
Yep,
14
there's
having
the
a
dog.
seizure, 200 East River Road, apartment 200 on the third
Because
floor.
I was going 55 up Phillips Road.
And for additional,
And I was
She's
just
part of
trying
it.
to.
She's a DA.
Yep, I know.
And I was just trying to pull into my driveway. I was on the phone.
Not
with
at
Principal
55, you
Munson,
weren't pulling
so
into your
the person
driveway.
was following me. I'm
Listen,
I'm almost home.
ma'am, I understand you were going home, but I started my lights back at Phillips Road.
On Phillips Road, yes,
Yes.
you did, and there are other cars.
I was right behind you, directly behind you. At the end,
Go ahead, like,
listen,
you wanna,
at the
like
end
I
of the
said,
day,
go ahead if you wanna write me a traffic ticket, that's fine.
okay, at the end of
I
the
really
day,
don't care.
I was stopping you for speed. If you
I've
just
had a
stopped,
really bad day. I've been dealing with
and I
murders
get
in the
it.
city.
and I get
Everybody
it.
has
We
bad
have bad
days.
days also,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
We have bad days also. I'm gonna just add it to the job real quick. You can just go and actually add it. You don't have to use the error. At the end of the day, I was just making a traffic stop, doing my job, what I was supposed to do.
Well, fine, thank you.
Okay?
Look at her.
So now supervisor's on his way, and then
Which-
we'll go
which
from there.
supervisor's gonna have you?
Huh?
Who?
Sergeant
Good
Johnson.
morning, Maria. Wait a minute. Good morning,
I
Maria. The
understand you
hooker.
had it. Like,
Maria
I
is a
get it.
hooker.
We all have
I'm
bad
Oh,
days
just-
at work.
crocheting.
I'm gonna go to my
Okay.
house. Seriously, this is ridiculous.
No, this is a traffic stop, and you out of everyone should know that if there's a legal traffic stop, which I have the right to detain you until this is done.
Then just write me the fucking ticket. I really don't care.
This was
Well,
on
then just hang out in the
422.
back of the car.
Because I'm the one that's gonna prosecute myself. You know what I'll do with the ticket?
Now the DA has all look
Okay,
two
just come
cars
out here for
in
me
front of
and
her
just
house,
stand-
two cop cars, and the supervisor is going to be on his way. This is the DA's house.
Corey, you
hit
just
the
wanna
like
stand
button.
up here?
Please. I really would appreciate it. Oh, there's the third. Here comes
Yeah,
the
as long as it's added
supervisor.
to the job. Sergeant on his way.
Nope, that's not the Sarge.
Okay.
Oh, that's three cars now. Sarge still hasn't made it there yet. Where the nosy neighbors at? They don't have no windows on that side of their house. Oh no, I can't live like that. I need windows.
I was speeding at Phillips Road. He turned around. I didn't know if it was me. I wasn't sure because there were other cars going back and forth. Then I got to turning into the field press, and I'm like, I'm just gonna drive home. That's what I did. So I did. And I got on the phone with Dennis.
Let me tell you about this. Here's how I feel. When that officer first approached her and told her that he had turned on his lights and he was stopping her, she should have then said, I'm sorry. Here is my information, but this, now you have 1, 2, 3 cops there. 3 cops. Now you have a supervisor, the Sarge, which is getting ready to come out. That's 4 cops for a fucking traffic stop when they could have been doing something else. There was a call about a child having seizures. You have 3 cops there and a sergeant is on his way.
I don't know.
All because she wants to be a fucking Karen.
But when I turned in and said, it's me that they're stopping, just tell them it's me.
Who do you think he was following with his lights on? He followed you all the way home. You never
You know
stopped.
what? There are other cars in Phillips
Nine,
Road.
four, two.
I'm just gonna pull in.
I don't know if she's sober or not. She said she was just trying to get home from work. She's been dealing with 3 murders today.
Yeah, I just.
Corey,
Okay.
Just we're having supervisors come, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, come on.
She's above the law.
This is what my
Exactly.
chief wants. That's at the end of the day. You called him. I spoke to him on your phone, and this is what he wants.
Yep, she called the chief of police.
You guys can go. You guys go. I'll wait here wait for Sarge or LT. Sounds like LT is coming now.
Oh my goodness, I was going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit on Phillips.
20 miles over the speed limits. I didn't pull over. I just figured I'd drive to my driveway. But you didn't. You drove in your garage and refused to come out. That's what you did.
You should have on the plate. It's a big black SUV. It's a big black.
The DA is elected. This is a big black SUV. And now what? So you couldn't see his lights? Girl, please. I've driven an SUV. You can see police lights. Oh. That's 1, 2. Oh, here comes. Is that LT?
She was going 55 and 35 on Phillips. She didn't stop at all. She decided to drive home, called the chief, and this is where we're at. She's admitted multiple times to me.
Look at the car. 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4, 5
Somebody stopped
now.
her on
Oh,
Phillips Road.
look at this.
Going 55 and a 35.
Bye,
Didn't see the plate.
Michelle.
I was just keeping an
Have a
eye on the
great
vehicle
day.
because she wasn't stopping. Drove all the way here, pulled into her garage, got out, was just being aggressive towards me.
Aggressive, yes, she was.
Telling her it's a legal traffic stop. Come to the back of the vehicle. No. Then she called chief. Then that's why I requested a supervisor.
Okay.
And now she wanted to go inside. Told her no, you can't go inside. And this is where we're at. So
Ow. I am the DA. This bitch. You're talking about privilege. Let that have been a black woman. Let me stop. Do you remember when the black officer, an undercover narcotics agent, was pulled out of his car, slammed to the ground, even though he told them he wasn't even speeding? His tint was dark, but you can see he has a special thing on his plate. They pulled him out of his car. He kept recording. He's telling them, I am an undercover narcotics agent. They didn't want to hear it. He had all kind of stuff. He had his vest on. He had other stuff on. They didn't want to hear it. And then when they found out who he was, he told them they shouldn't even be doing their job. This other guy was at his home. He got into an altercation with someone, called the police. This guy was in his bathing suit. He got slammed to the ground by this woman, and she lost her job. She lost her job. These cops are out of control, but this woman is out of control.
Right? You should know that. That's not attractive. That's an arrestable offense. You know
Now, we
that.
can't hear what she's saying to him.
Why would you have to pull
Yep.
it? Made it a bigger deal than it needed to be. Yeah, you knew what you were getting stopped.
It's not fair. I want to hear what she's saying. This went on for 26 minutes, guys. 26 minutes. Yeah, she is a very happy doll.
I gave it back to her. It's attached to the job and everything. So
26 minutes. You pulled officers away from actually catching criminals. Good morning, Emwet. I don't see nobody writing a ticket. He's not bad looking. Not bad looking at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's your traffic stop. I'm not going to tell you how to handle it. Yeah.
They must have a lot of bugs flying out there because everybody's fanning. Hi, Cats. Hi, avoiding eye contact. Good morning. Good morning. I'm telling y'all, if a cop stops me, I'm going to keep driving, and I'm going to pull in my garage, and I'm going to start videotaping so y'all see what happens to me. No, I'm not doing that.
71710 looks like it's an open line on a cell phone with people that were yelling to one another. at the tennis court area.
Yeah,
in the middle
and got
school.
out of the vehicle, everything. So, I mean,
This is some crazy shit.
explained to her. I mean, she knew exactly that she was going 55 and a 20 or a 35. She even
She
called
was
the
20
chief.
miles over. That is
Like,
reckless
you know,
endangerment.
I,
I know. I had a few of those. Well, we're not going to
I
talk
don't
about
care
that.
just writing her the speeding ticket and being done with it.
What state is this? I'm not
Technically, it's arrestable
sure.
offense.
Hold on. I remember. Hold on. West New York. So that's New York. Monroe County, New York.
713. 713.
That's New York.
Please stepping out at 293 Taft Ave on this. Check for my missing person.
Girl, I would be on national news. I would have been dragged out my car. I would have skid marks. It'd be bad.
No, a lot of us have at least.
It would be bad. Rapper, I'm going to keep an eye on you. But thank you for the trigger warning. I'm going to keep an eye on you, Rapper. Sometimes you're good and sometimes you're bad.
What's
17 all set. Make contact over the phone. Accidental call.
what's the deal? You got
Yeah,
you
fine.
got a ticket? What are you gonna do?
I mean,
It's your stop. I'm not gonna interfere with that.
yeah.
7-3. So it's
I
gonna be
get
clear in
that
about,
she came home. I mean, obviously, if I
It
Just
makes
trying
no
to-
sense.
yeah.
I explained that to her. It makes
Like-
no sense to her.
she came home, she failed to stop. I mean, it's arrestable offense. I'm not trying to arrest the DA of the county, but also I don't want to not do my job in. Not
Have
at
they
least
written
write
her a ticket yet? Are they
No.
still talking to this
I'm
this
not-
woman?
like I said, I'm not gonna.
I'll at least write her the freaking going 55 and a 20.
She's special.
At the end of the day, I got discretion whether or not.
No, I get it. I understand.
I don't believe all of this for a traffic stop. When is she getting her ticket? This is ridiculous. So now he's talking to the chief of police. That's the sergeant. He's walking down the driveway so no one can hear what he's saying to the chief of police. They're the neighbors acting like they're taking a walk and being nosy.
I'm only just gonna start the one ticket.
Look at this shit. He's got to walk away from the traffic stop so they can't hear the conversation he's having with the chief of police. This is ridiculous. So is he writing her a ticket now? I hope so. Because if she doesn't get a ticket, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, they got a touchscreen computer. Okay. Go ahead on. They got touchscreens in the car. This shit is ridiculous. We have another 10 minutes of this, guys. She had a bad day. I have a bad day damn near every day. Even when I'm working from home. They get on my nerves. She says she had to deal with 3 murders. You're not a family member. You're only prosecuting. Are you prosecuting the case, or is one of your assistant DAs prosecuting the case? Because you're not really affected by these murders. The families are. The victim was. So she had a bad day. Oh my God. I want to know what the chief of police has to say, because this is raw body cam footage. But I'm going to show you guys her statement after this. You know, maybe she's up for re-election. Who knows? But she showed this officer no respect who was just trying to do his job. All of that for a ticket. Okay, let me just fast forward through this because all he's doing now is typing. Hold on. Let me just fast forward. Okay, hold on. Let me get back here. Okay, he's out the car now. Wait a minute. Okay. He's going back up to the house. Yes! What if she would have hit somebody?
All right, ma'am. So I'm issuing you speed in zone 55 and a
That's
35.
fine. I'll take care of it since I'll be prosecuting myself.
Okay.
Look
the end of
at
the
her.
day, if you see my lights and sirens behind you, and obviously they're going off, just pull over. We can have a conversation and be on our way. I kept my eye on your vehicle. I'm not going to check my computer to see what plate it is if a vehicle is not stopping for me. I want to keep my eyes on that vehicle for my safety, so I make it home at the end of the day. Okay?
I apologize, but
I'm sorry that you had a bad day.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry it went this way, but I do respect what you do. Have a good day, man.
but I would say.
Okay. All of that. Now let's go look at her apology. Okay. Let's go take a look at her apology. All of this could have been fucking avoided. Okay. All of it. But not her. Not her. Let me get this. 26 minutes you took up of this officer's time. Hold on. Let's go here. Let me bring this back.
I would have disciplined them, so I'm disciplining myself.
Oh, the volume is low as shit.
To remind myself that professionalism matters.
Hold on.
I've been humbled by my own stupidity.
The volume is low.
I will make this right. I ask for your forgiveness.
So she says that last Monday I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to. And for that, I am sorry. Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Dooley said, referring to the April 22nd incident in which an officer from Rochester, suburb of Webster, tried to pull her over for driving 20 miles over the speed limit. The body, well, they're talking about the body cam footage and everything else. She says, I'm the DA. We heard all of that. But she says that she's sorry. She said she's hard. She just said she's sorry. She said, earlier today, I referred the Monroe County District Attorney to the Commission on Prosecutorial Conduct following the release of the police body cam footage showing her claiming she is above the law. So this is the governor. Governor Kathy Hutchell asked the State Commission for prosecutorial conduct to review the incident. The release of the body cam footage showing her claiming she's above the law, attempting to use her public office to evade responsibility, and acting unprofessional towards a police officer simply trying to do his job. She's been the district attorney since 2012. And she accepted that she was speeding and will pay the fine. No, bitch, it's beyond that. It is beyond that. She said she will also refer the matter to the district attorney of another unnamed county for review and would undergo ethics training to remind myself that professionalism matters. Girl, stop. Girl, stop. Stop. She says she's been humbled by her stupidity. So that's what she had to say. That's what she had to say. Do we accept her apology? I don't think so. I don't think so. This could have all been avoided if she would have just taken her punishment, got the ticket like we all do, and then if you want to argue in court, you go to court and you argue in court. But no, You had to be a Karen. A Karen. We have another district attorney. It's just sad that's doing the same shit. But anyway, what do we think? What do we think about that? Word salad to save her job. She does look like Ramona when I saw. That's I couldn't find it, but I remember the name of it. Yep, she showed her true self. Marsha, did you like so guys, I want to discuss Baby Reindeer. Who's watched it? So we can discuss that tomorrow or later on today. So the governor is now asking for a committee, a prosecutorial commission to look at her behavior. You would have been thrown in jail. So anyway, she came out with a word salad. Again, 26 minutes, 5, 6, 7 cops. And that includes the sergeant and other officers that came by to be nosy to see how ignorant she was behaving. And she was behaving absolutely ignorant over a traffic ticket. You knew that cop was behind you. He was right behind your vehicle. I don't care if you're driving a fucking bus. You saw those lights behind you. If he wasn't coming for you, he would have went around your car and went to get who he was going for. So ignorance is no excuse for ignoring the law. And you were arrogant and you were rude. You were Karen. You were aggressive for no reason. And the first thing you do is pick up the phone and call the chief of police, Dennis. Really? What was the chief supposed to tell his guys? If he would have told them don't write her a ticket, his ass would have been in trouble. Yep, she said, do you know who I am? I am the district attorney. I am the district attorney. Hi, Minnie 560. How are you? How are you? It's nice to see you. All right, so guys, that's all I have for you this morning. I didn't want to hold you, but I cannot. Brewer City, if you guys get a chance, go look at the comments from yesterday morning's live. Brewer wrote, I read his entire synopsis of how he feels and why he feels. He has great arguments about what's going on with all the protests and everything. Hi, Just Beto. He has very good points that he made on the protests and what's going on right now, and valid points on some things that he was saying. So if you guys get a chance, please go check out his comment. And if you're not in agreement with what he's saying, leave a comment. But I cannot play any more protest videos. I cannot play those. We can discuss them, but I can't play those. So, and I'm not going to remove the videos from that live. So I did not get a copyright strike. It was just a warning that I can't play those. And I don't know why, because it's all on the news. It's all on YouTube. But okay, I can't play those. Got you. Okay. So again, if you guys are late, the Gilbert Goons, who was involved with Preston Lloyd's murder, has been now deemed a criminal street gang, which can enhance their sentencing by 25 years. They all pleaded not guilty, and they've all been charged with first degree and second degree murder. So I am keeping up on Preston Lloyd's case. I really, really am. And I look for updates all the time. All the time. Just Beetle, it's so good to see you. So anyway, I'm going to go. You guys have a great day. I don't know. I might come back later on. Why can't you play them? Because it's depicting violence. It's depicting violence. All of them except for 3 of them were charged as an adult. The 17-year-olds, they cannot face, well, they're all charged as adults, but the ones that were 17 cannot have a death penalty case. They can only do, Arizona has a cap. So those that were charged with a crime at the age of 17, they cannot do death penalty. They can do life imprisonment. Yes, keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. It's really, really good. It really is. It really is really, really, really good. So I really want to discuss that. And I think we'll do it. I'm going to see who's live today. Who's going to be live this afternoon. Well, not this afternoon, this evening, but we'll do it sometime between today and tomorrow. But Baby Reindeer is really, really good. How was the one charged that hit out? He's charged as an adult because he was 18. He's 18. I'm serious. If you guys look, I mean, and if you guys have watched something that's really, really good on Netflix or something else, you guys can let me know. You can let me know and I'll watch it. Shit, I have the apps. I will watch it. I look for, and some things I look at, I'm like, I don't want to see that. And then if there's nothing on, because it caught my attention for a reason, and then I'll go back and take a look, and I'm like, okay, I like this. So Baby Reindeer was one of those. The first couple of episodes, I'm like, what? Yeah, and I like the glory. Thank you, Irish Lass. Welcome. We're going to be discussing Baby Reindeer. And you're going to know we're going to discuss it because I'm going to put it in the thumbnail. But we will be discussing when you're talking about Chris Proudfoot. Oh. All right. Here's the way I see it. And I'm not going to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. But here's the way I see it. There's a young man that's missing. Sebastian. Okay. From everything I've heard, I've watched Nina, is her name. I think that's her name. His ex-wife's interview. I watched it twice. Okay. I have seen the court documents with him and the ex-wife. Do I believe that Chris knows more than what he's saying? Yes. Do I believe that the mother knows more than she's saying? Yes, I do. Oh, yes. I saw that. I haven't watched it because I was watching Baby Reindeer, but I think I'm going to do that today. Right now, I think everybody's focus, honestly, should be on Sebastian. I understand that someone contacted JLR, I think that's his name, or JLR, I think that's his name, saying that Chris was sexting her. Now, whether or not it's true, whether she sent him the proof that he had been having a relationship with this woman, I understand that the wife, Katie, was also, humping around. It doesn't take away from the fact that Sebastian is still missing. Now, I saw the picture that was circulating because I am a member of that Facebook, 2 Facebook groups. I saw the pictures that was circulating, like I was telling you guys yesterday. Now, they said that that the TBI was contacted and that the dad, Seth, said it wasn't him. Chris said it's not him. I saw the widow's peak and everything else, but the mother hasn't said anything. The mother hasn't said anything. Now, with the Nancy Grace interview, that was, to me, was telling on both of them. Nancy Grace's interview, and God knows I really don't like that woman. I really don't like that woman. But Nancy Grace's interview was telling. Oh, today is the Oaks. Okay, and then also, I heard that Terry Lynn had a conversation with Chris, and she told him off or cursed him out, whatever it was. I haven't heard it yet, so I was told that it was on members only. I don't know, but I want to, and I was going to contact her yesterday to see if she can send it to me so I can listen to it. And yes, so if they're working together to find him, and if they're saying that, but some things that came out of Seth's mouth, I heard the interview on Pascal's. Some things that came out of his mouth was truly fucking disgusting. Well, not just Pascal, it was the other guy too. Truly disgusting. So you're saying on a public platform that your son took out his wee-wee and said, "This is mine, let me see yours." That is some shit that it should have never come out of your mouth about that child. Sorry. So I am going to see about listening to Terry Lynn's conversation. So my understanding is that she had a phone call with him and she taped it, or she recorded it. So I'm going to go listen to that. That was Chris. Thank you. That was Chris, not Seth. Thank you. These names are going in my head. Something is just not right. But if you watch Nancy Grace's interview with Chris and Katie, that interview to me was telling. It's just like when I watched the interview with Madeline Soto's mom. I forgot, what's her name, Jennifer? When you watch that interview and then you watch Stephen Stern or Steven Stern, whatever you want to call him, in the background, and then the fake tears look like he put Visine in his eyes or sprayed himself with pepper spray. Don't know. But that interview on that news station to me was telling. Okay, Heidi is not on members only anymore, she said on the live. Okay, I'll go watch it. Heidi, there are RSOs in what is RSO in Katie's side of the family? What are RSO? I don't know what that means. What is RSO? I don't know what that means. What is RSO? Maybe my brain just isn't working right now. But I dipped into Terry Lynn's the other morning when she was doing the night search, I think. I dipped in there for a little bit and then I left. But I'm finding it hard to believe that no one has seen this young man. Supposedly he left the home with no shoes on. He supposedly had a flashlight, whatever else. I find that very suspicious. That's just me. If you can tell me what RSO is, Flower Power, I really, really appreciate it. I really do. And guys, it's a new month. It's a new month. So if you want to show me your membership milestones, or if you want to leave a comment, you can also use your membership milestones to leave a comment. And I did say by the end of May, I was going to be deleting the 99 cents tier. Oh, yeah, my mind it was not working. No emotions on their faces at all. I don't know. Everybody said if it was their child, they'll be screaming from the rooftops. And I know when my granddaughter got lost in the airport, I lost my goddamn mind. I was in Texas. They were in Vegas. Well, she didn't get lost. She went to the bathroom, didn't realize her stepmom was standing outside the bathroom waiting for her. So she decides to take her little happy ass and go to baggage claim, since she knows what baggage claim is because she fly in and out of Vegas airport all the time. So when I got the phone call from my daughter-in-law to tell me she couldn't find Kayla, I said, wait a minute, what? And I said, did you go to the police? I don't know what to do. I hung up on her. I called the airport. I asked for the police that were there. I told them, then I had to call her on my other phone to find out what did she have on, which was dumb because I knew what she had on because I had just put them on a flight, but I couldn't think. So they called and then they got up, they paged her and they said, would you please pick up the courtesy phone? Would you please go to the nearest courtesy phone? And she went to the courtesy phone, picked it up, and told them where she was. I lost my shit because you never know what's going on in these airports. You never know what's going on in these airports. Even though there are cameras all over the place, you still don't know what's going on. It depends on what airline you're on. Sometimes you need to take the train to baggage claim. Depends on what terminal you come in. You know, you can just walk straight through. She knew she had to go to baggage claim. So I'm like, don't you ever do that again. Ever do that again. Good morning, Dorit. Ever do that again. So that's how, you know, some people handle stress differently. I don't know. But I know I was in Texas and I felt helpless, but I knew there were police, that there was a police station, there's security there. You make those phone calls. And that's what I did. And she wasn't even thinking to stop a worker or anything because she was panicking. And then I called my son to tell him this is what was going on. And he was like, okay, let me call her. And, you know, we had to keep her calm because she was panicking. Kayla was just walking to the airport. You know, she's going to baggage claim, but you never know what happens. And she said she never saw her come out the restroom. She went in the restroom, checking, calling out her name. She panicked. Yep. You never know what goes on. Ever know what's going on in these places. But if you go in these airports, you will see there are signs in there. This is a safe place. There are phones in there. There are attendants in there. So they're telling you this is a safe place. Because you know they're getting off a flight. They're not going to have a gun. They're not going to have all this stuff. So, and that's why, but there's a lot of trafficking that goes through these airports. A lot of trafficking. Good morning, Dorit. Good morning, sweetie. And we were disconnected the other day, and then I had to jump into a meeting too. So, I know I needed to call you back, but I just haven't got around to it, and I'm so sorry. But anyway, that's why I say, and they always tell you to keep your eyes peeled when you're traveling. Now, this one video I saw, this woman was signaling a sign that she needed help, and people were walking in and said, oh my God, she's signaling. And then she did it again. So these people ran over to talk to the guy to act like they needed directions. And this other woman came in, grabbed the woman's hand and ran her around. And then he turned around. She was no longer there. So I know there's a signal that they put out, and, you know, you put your hand up, you do, but she was signaling that she needs help. So if you guys don't know the signals, maybe we need to do that one day and check on them so you'll know if somebody is signaling you, they need help. And, you know, you can either call or if you're with a group of people and see exactly how you can give them that help. But anyway, I love each and every one of you. I will see you guys later. Sarah is blowing up she's emailing and she's texting. So something is going on. Hold on. It's official. It's official. Oh my God. It's official. It's been announced. God damn, okay, I'm gonna have to call her. It's official. Kentucky Attorney General's office is stepping into the Heather T case. A deputy prosecutor with the Kentucky General's office will fully handle the Heather T's case going forward, a Kentucky state official confirmed Thursday. But that doesn't mean that Kentucky State Police are off the case, and the exact details around the move and what it could mean for missing person investigations that's remained unsolved for almost 30 years are still unclear. Commonwealth Attorney Herb McGee said if a prosecution occurs, it will now be conducted by Ramsey Dellum, an officer with the Special Prosecution Division of the AG's office, which is the Attorney General's office. State police, meanwhile, will remain the main investigatory unit. Since it is an open investigation, I cannot comment further about the details. And Kevin Grout is a spokesman for the Attorney General's office. Oh my God. They said, now this is them. They said Sarah's done her own investigation for nearly 3 decades, making phone calls, conducting searches, and pressing KSP for answers. She even successfully sued them to obtain case files after a judge ruled in 2019 they wrongfully kept records from her. So yes. Whoo! Now, you got to remember, one of the FBI agents told her to go to DCI, which is the Department of Criminal Investigations. My problem with that is the FBI knew there was corruption. Why didn't they keep investigating those public officials? They had it in an official statement that there was public corruption. So anyway, and that's the way I feel too. It was never really investigated. So now, yes, it is now official. It's been confirmed by the Attorney General's office that they're now taking over. Yep, the old boy network. And I'm going to tell you, like I told her when she and I were talking on the phone, I think Tim Walthall's phone call was totally a setup to deter the investigation. There is no way you as a man watch somebody come out the woods with a gun, drag a woman into the woods, and she's gripping her towel, and she only had her bikini bottoms on, and you waited 20 to 25 minutes to see if they were going to come back out the woods. Are you kidding? Before you called, and you didn't call Kentucky State Police, you called Indiana State Police when you knew full well that this was going on in Kentucky. Where did he come from? How did he get out the woods? He came through the woods. You watched this to see if she was going to come back out the woods after being dragged in the woods by her hair with a man with a gun. Really? I don't believe that happened. I don't think that happened like that at all. I don't believe that happened like that at all. I think he's really, in my opinion, I really believe that he's involved somehow. And that's just my opinion. Because then they had to do a fake call, which Sarah and her daughter Holly heard. And now they're saying that call didn't exist, but she has all 4 people that were in there with them when they played that call. So they're all going to be called up and depositions will be taken. So again, I'm very happy for Sarah. I'm very happy for her family. And I'm going to give her, I mean, seriously, I'm sitting here and she is blowing me up. And they're talking about all the stuff that, and so the guy's name is McGee. She was sending him all kinds of, every time she sent emails in to KSP, every time she sent emails in to the state attorney's office or the prosecutor's office, she was always copying Mr. McGee. McGee was putting these in a folder, and he forwarded everything to the attorney general's office. She started emailing the attorney general's office as well. And they got back to her this week to let her know that a special prosecutor is being assigned to this case. And I think everybody that's involved should be held accountable, no matter how little, if you saw her, if you knew what happened to her. And I still don't understand why they gave Marty Deal's wife immunity if she didn't know anything. I don't think Marty Deal is the person that they were looking for. I still believe that Chris Below is definitely involved in that case. Maybe they all were, but I do believe that Chris Below is the man that took her off that beach. I do believe that, since we know that he was convicted right after that of killing his girlfriend. Okay. So I do believe that Chris Below is the person that took her off that beach, point blank, period. And why was James Hickson, what is his name, who was an FBI, well, he was a police when he was a detective then he became an FBI agent, but he was allowed to retire from the FBI because he was a monster at work. He was a predator at work, and they had an investigation on him. And he was so why would Heather be meeting with him? Why would she have anything to do with him? You know, she was known to date a drug dealer, a big drug dealer who was 20 years older than she was. They're all in this together. That's all I'm going to say. That's my feeling on this. Okay. So again, I'm going, but just wanted to let you know what Sarah sent to me, and she blew me up. So I will see you guys later. Have a great day. I appreciate each and every one of you being here, and happy Friday. Bye, guys.